In this lecture, we will see the heating curve of a solid. This curve is drawn between temperature versus time. Or sometimes in place of time, we take the heat added. This curve shows how the temperature changes if a substance, the substance can be solid, liquid or gas, but this curve we are going to draw for a solid, but it is valid for liquid and gas also. Later I will discuss. If a substance is heated at a constant rate. So before going into discussion of heating curve of a solid, first we will see when a solid body is heated at a constant rate, it passes through different phase changes. So let us suppose we have a solid body which is present inside a container. And heat is continuously supplied to the system from some external source. And let us suppose Ti is the initial temperature of this solid body. And let us suppose and 1 is the state of the system at temperature Ti. Now, since the heat is continuously supplied at a constant rate, the temperature of the solid body will keep on increasing with the passage of time. And the temperature will rise up to its melting temperature first. Let Tm is the melting temperature of the solid body. And at this situation, suppose this is state number 2. And during this process, Q1 is the amount of heat absorbed by the solid to change its temperature from Ti to Tm. So during the process 1 to 2, the phase of the system throughout the process is solid. Second important parameter, that temperature of the solid body is continuously increasing during the process 1 to 2. And this process is called heating of solid. Third important parameter, this heat Q1 is sensible heat because temperature of the body is changing. So the amount of heat absorbed, that is Q1. Therefore, since during the process 1 to 2, temperature of the body is continuously changing. So during the process 1 to 2, sensible heat is absorbed by the solid body. And this sensible heat is Q1. And what is the amount of Q1? And we know that sensible heat is given by Q equal to M mass of solid, C specific heat capacity of solid into delta T. And what is delta T here? Tm minus Ti. And as we know that during sensible heat transfer, kinetic energy of the particles of the medium increases, but potential energy among the particle of the system remains constant. Now we are going to draw the process 1 to now we are going to draw the process 1 to 2 on temperature versus time graph. So here we have the temperature versus time graph, and initial temperature is Ti. So initial temperature Ti can be greater than 0 degree or it can be less than 0 degree. If Ti is greater than 0 degree, then it will start from above time axis. And if Ti is less than 0 degree, so the curve will start from below time axis. In this case, I am assuming that Ti temperature is greater than 0 degree. So this is our Ti, that is initial temperature of the solid body. And during the process 1 to 2, temperature of the body rises continuously. So we will get a straight line. And this temperature is rising up to Tm temperature, that is melting point temperature of the solid body. This is our process 1 to 2. Now since the heat is continuously supplied in the system, at melting temperature, expansion of the solid will start taking place, due to which atoms and molecules of the solid will start getting apart, and finally it will completely melt into same amount of liquid. And since it is a phase transfer process, the temperature of the system will not change. So temperature of the liquid will still remain Tm and temperature of the system will remain constant. Let us suppose Q2 amount of heat is absorbed by the solid body to get convert into equivalent amount of liquid. Now we are going to deal. Suppose this state of the system is 3. So during the process 2 to 3, inside the system we will have solid plus liquid, but as the time will pass, quantity of solid will keep on decreasing and quantity of liquid will keep on rising. This is with an intermediate state. This is with intermediate state between 2 and 3. At state 2 we will have only solid in the system, and at state 3 we will have only liquid in the system. We will have solid plus liquid between any intermediate state between 2 and 3. Second point, temperature will remain constant and it is called melting. Melting of the solid. Third important point is that latent heat is absorbed here and not sensible heat. Now heat Q2 will be equal to mass of the solid body multiplied by the latent heat of fusion of the solid body. And as we know that during latent heat transfer, kinetic energy of the particles does not change or remains constant, but potential energy among the molecules or atoms of the system will keep on increasing. So this latent heat is used to weaken or break the bonds, to change state or phase from solid to liquid. Now we are going to draw the process 2-3 on time, temperature or heating curve of the solid. Since temperature remains constant, so we will get a horizontal straight line. This is our state number 3. And during the process 1 to 2, Q1 amount of heat is absorbed, and during the process 2 to 3, Q2 amount of heat is absorbed. Let us suppose during the process 1 to 2, T1 is the total time taken, and up to state 3, total time taken is T2. Now, since the heat is continuously supplied to the system, now what will happen? Temperature of the liquid now will keep on increasing, and it will increase up to the boiling point of that liquid. TB is the boiling point of the liquid. Let us suppose during the process 3 to 4, Q3 amount of heat is absorbed by the liquid to change temperature from Tm to Tb. Now we are going to deal with the process 3 to 4. So during the process 3 to 4, inside the system we will have only liquid phase. Second point to be noted, that temperature of the liquid will keep on rising. This process is called heating of liquid. Third point, since the temperature is rising, so during the process 3 to 4, sensible heat is absorbed by the liquid. Now, what is the quantity of this sensible heat? This is Q3. And Q3 will be equal to mc of the liquid into delta T. And what is delta T here? Final minus initial, that is Tb minus Tm. And as we know that during sensible heat transfer, kinetic energy of the particles of the medium keep on rising, but potential energy among the particles of the system remains constant. Now we are going to draw the process 3-4 on the heating curve, that is temperature versus time graph. Since temperature is continuously rising, we will get a straight line with increasing, and this temperature will be since during the process 3 to 4 temperature is continuously rising, so we will get an inclined line, and the final temperature is Tb, that is boiling temperature, and this is the state number 4. Let us suppose total time taken by the system to reach the state 4 is T3. Now since the heat is continuously supplied in the system, now what will happen? The liquid will now get vaporized into gas. And since it is a phase change process, temperature of the system will not change. It will still remains at temperature Tb. So temperature will remains constant, and let us suppose Q4 amount of heat is absorbed by the liquid to get converted into equivalent amount of gas. So during the process 4 to 5, inside the system we will have liquid plus gas, but at state 4 we will have only liquid, and at state 5 we will have only gas. But at any intermediate state between 4 and 5 we will have liquid and gas both. With the passage of time, quantity of liquid will keep on decreasing and quantity of gas will keep on increasing. Since it is a phase change process, temperature of the system will remain constant, and this is called boiling of the liquid. The quantity of heat absorbed will be latent heat. Latent heat is absorbed by the system because temperature of the system is not changing, and this latent heat quantity is Q4. So Q4 equal to mass into latent heat of vaporization of the liquid. And we know that during latent heat kinetic energy of the particles of the system remains constant, and the potential energy among the particles will keep on rising. Next important point is that this heat or this latent heat is utilized to weaken or break the bonds, to change state or phase from liquid to gas. Now we are going to draw the process 4 to 5 on temperature time graph. Since temperature remains constant during the process, so we will get a horizontal line. This is our state number 5. And let us suppose total time taken by the system to reach the state 5 is T4. This is Q3 and this is Q4. Now since the heat is continuously supplied in the system at a constant rate, now what will happen? The temperature of the gas will keep on rising now. And let us suppose the final temperature of the gas that we want is Tf. So during the process 5 to 6, in the system we have only gas. Second important point is temperature of the system will keep on rising, and this is called heating of gas. Since temperature is continuously rising, this is sensible heat, and this is sensible heat is absorbed by the gas. And let us suppose Q5 is the amount of sensible heat absorbed to change the temperature of the gas from temperature Tb to Tf. So Q5 will be equal to mass into specific heat capacity of the gas multiplied by delta T. And what is delta T here? Tf minus Tb, that is final temperature minus initial temperature, and initial temperature is Tb here. Next important point is that since sensible heat is absorbed, kinetic energy of the particles of the system will keep on rising, and potential energy will remain constant among the different particles of the system. Now we are going to draw the process 5 to 6 on temperature time graph. Since temperature is continuously rising, we will get a straight line, that is inclined one, and the final temperature that we are getting is Tf. And let us suppose total time taken by the system to reach the final temperature TF is T5, and final state we are getting here is 6. And TF is the final temperature reached by the system, and TF is the final temperature to reach by the system at state 6. And let us suppose T5 is the final temperature taken by the system from its initial, and T5 is the total time taken by the system to reach state 6. And during the process 5 to 6, Q5 amount of heat is absorbed by the system. Now if we'll talk about the total heat given to the system, then it will be equal to the sum of all the heat, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 plus Q5, and total time taken is T5. Now see an example to make heating curve of a solid more clear. Let us consider the heating of ice. And suppose the initial temperature of the ice is minus 30 degrees Celsius. So we have the solid form of water, that is we have ice. And initial temperature is minus 30 degrees Celsius. Since heat is continuously supplied to the system, first what will happen, as we learned earlier, that temperature of the ice will keep on increasing, and it will increase up to the melting point temperature of the ice, and melting point temperature of the ice is 0 degrees Celsius. And let us suppose Q1 amount of heat is absorbed by the ice to change its temperature from minus 30 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. This Q1 is sensible heat, and the magnitude of Q1 will be mass of the ice into specific heat capacity of ice into delta T. And what is delta T here? Final minus initial, that is 0 minus minus 30, so it will become plus 30. Since heat is continuously supplied, now what will happen? The ice will start melting, and it will finally melt into water. And since it is a phase change process from solid to liquid, temperature of the system will remain constant. And let us suppose Q2 amount of heat is absorbed by the ice to get converted into water at the same temperature. So this Q2 is latent heat. So Q2 will be equal to mass into latent heat of fusion of ice. Since temperature is continuously rising, so now what will happen? Now since heat is continuously supplied, so now what will happen? Temperature of the water will keep on increasing, and it will increase to the boiling point temperature of the water. And boiling point temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius. And let us suppose here Q3 amount of heat is absorbed by the water to change its temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So this Q3 will be latent heat. This Q3 will be sensible heat because temperature of the system is changing. So what is Q3 value? MC, C of water into delta T. And what is delta T here? 100 minus 0. And now since heat is continuously supplied, so now what will happen? The water will start converting it into steam, and finally we will get steam at 100 degrees Celsius. And since it is a phase change process, temperature of the system will remain constant. Suppose Q4 is the amount of heat absorbed by the water at 100 degrees Celsius to get converted into steam at 100 degrees Celsius. Since temperature of the system is not changing, so Q4 will be latent heat. And what is the amount of latent heat? Mass of the water or mass of the system multiplied by latent heat of vaporization of the water. Now since heat is continuously supplied in the system, now what will happen? Temperature of the steam will now keep on rising. To some final temperature. Let us suppose this final temperature is 150 degrees Celsius. And Q5 amount of heat is absorbed by the steam to get converted into, and let us suppose Q5 amount of heat is absorbed by the steam to change its temperature from 100 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. Since temperature of the system is changing, so Q5 will be sensible heat. So Q5 will be equal to mass of the system into specific heat capacity of the steam into delta T. And what is delta T here? 150 minus 100 degrees Celsius. Now we are going to draw heating curve of this ice. So on y-axis we will take temperature and on x-axis we will take time or heat. Since now we will draw all the temperature on the temperature line. Initial temperature we have minus 30 degrees Celsius. After that we have 0 degrees Celsius. After this we have 100 degrees Celsius. After this we have 150 degrees Celsius. Since Q1 is sensible heat, we will get a straight line. This is our Q1. After this, let us suppose the state we are passing through is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the initial state is 1 and this is state number 2. Now during state 2 to 3, temperature remain constant. So we will get a horizontal line. Now during process 3 to 4, temperature is continuously rising. So we will get an inclined line to rising its temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. Here Q2 amount of heat is absorbed, here Q3 amount of heat is absorbed. Now from 4 to 5, temperature remains constant. So we will get a horizontal line. Now during the process 5 to 6, temperature is continuously rising. So we will get an inclined line to reach the final temperature of 150 degrees Celsius. And draw all the time here. This is time T1, T2, T3, T4 and this is T5. So total amount of heat absorbed by the ice to change its temperature from minus 30 degrees Celsius into corresponding steam at 150 degrees Celsius is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 plus Q5.